Alrighty, welcome everyone to the Capital Area School Development Association Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Chelsea and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time. This is one of many sessions happening, so be sure to check the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/CASDA-NY. And now I'm going to turn it over to Suffolk University. Take us off.
Alrighty, hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in this evening. My name is Brian Denzak and I'm an Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admission at Suffolk University. So just to kind of start off, for those of you who may not know, we are located in the heart of downtown Boston. So I usually like to describe us as a good school for a student who knows that they like a city environment. We're not your kind of typical campus with a lot of like rolling hills and greenery. We are very much smack dab, as you can see, in downtown Boston, where students who are going to class every day with people commuting to work in shirts and ties. So it is very much that feel. That said, our average class size is 17. Student to faculty ratio is 14:1. So it's kind of that best of both worlds situation of having that city environment and all of the opportunities that come with being in Boston, but also having that really small, close-knit community as well. And regardless of what you study at Suffolk, you're going to be interacting with the city of Boston in some way. So whether you're a business student and you're conducting market research, or you're a graphic design student working with a client, or you're a biology student concentrating in health careers and you're working at one of the local hospitals, or you're specializing within biotech and working somewhere across the Charles and maybe Kendall MIT area, or you're a law student working at a local state house, There are so many different opportunities for you to really immerse yourselves within Boston as a Suffolk student. So again, when it comes to programs, we have 70 plus programs, everything within the business realm, finance, accounting, marketing, to the arts, interior design, graphic design, studio art. Law is pretty popular. We have biology, chemistry, criminal justice, psychology, history. So really a wide variety of different disciplines. And we are like a medium-ish size school, just under 4,500 students. Student to faculty ratio is 14:1. And then we do have 50 plus study abroad destinations as well. But we do have our very own Suffolk Madrid, very own Suffolk University in Madrid, Spain, which is a really cool study abroad option for our students. Students can study there for up to 2 years, with the exception of our international relations majors who can spend all 4 years at Madrid if they would like. And a student can actually start their time at our Madrid campus and then transfer to our Boston campus if that's something that they're interested in doing. So then just kind of when it comes to kind of career opportunities, I do kind of touch upon this because I think kind of the internship process is a really integral part of the college experience. And on our Suffolk campus, we have our Center for Career Equity, Development, and Success. And they're basically the department that really helps with this process. They bring employers to our campus to meet and speak with our students through job fairs, networking events. They hold career counseling, so kind of sitting down with the student, kind of identifying what are their goals for the future, where do they want to end up, what opportunities exist within the city of Boston that are going to help be those stepping stones to put on their resume that are going to kind of lead them towards that path that they ultimately want to be. They do resume and cover letter assistance, so looking over those really important pieces of documentation that are needed for the internship and job searching process. And then alumni mentoring as well. A lot of our alumni end up getting jobs just down the block. So we have tons of different mentorship opportunities right down the block, all over the Boston area for our students to really speak with past students and alumni, and to really kind of hear about their experience post-Suffolk. So just kind of talk about our admissions process. So we have our holistic approach. So we really try to read everything that's included within the application process, not just the transcript, but the recommendation letters, the essay, We are test optional, so you do not have to submit an SAT or ACT score if you do not wish to. It's totally up to you what you feel is the best reflection of who you are. We do have our honors program as well for any highly motivated and academically promised students who want to be considered for that program. There is no separate application for that program. Just by submitting an application, you will be considered. And then we also have the SU Advantage program, which is an additional bridge program to provide academic support for a student who may need a little help with that transition from a high school setting to college academia. So that just involves meeting with your faculty advisor once a week and just an additional seminar. And then we have a similar program which is our Into English Language Pathway program, which is geared towards international students to help them assist with the college environment in the US. And then just freshman requirements, just to touch upon this real quickly. So we have the common application or the Suffolk online application. There is a $50 application fee, but it is waived for attending any on-campus or virtual event. The transcript, at least one recommendation letter that we do like to see, at least one letter from a teacher or someone who's worked with you in a classroom setting, the essay, and then the SAT or ACT is optional. And if you are planning on applying to any one of our art and design programs, there is a portfolio requirement for graphic design, interior design, and studio art. And then just real quickly, financial aid, 94% of our students for fall 2020 were awarded scholarships. 94 million in aid was provided to Suffolk undergrad for the most recent academic year. So there's both merit and need-based awards, and there is no separate application for the merit-based. Just by submitting an application, you'll be considered for that merit-based aid at Suffolk. So with that, that kind of wraps it up. But if you have any questions for me, please do submit them in the chat, and I'm happy to answer any other questions you may have. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right, next up we have the University of Southern Maine.
Excellent. Good evening, everyone. I hope this finds everyone well. Let me just expand this. Awesome. So if you're interested in going to school in the state of Maine, University of Southern Maine is a great option. My name is Julia Gurney. I'm the Senior Associate Director in the Office of Admissions. University of Southern Maine, just by the numbers. Let me move my slide forward. So we have about 8,500 undergraduate, graduate, and UMaine Law students on our campus, 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio, 55 minors, 55 majors, 79 minors, 28 graduate degrees, including accelerated pathways for our students. We are a public university in the UMaine system, similar to the SUNY system or any other public university. And we do have 3 campuses in the Southern Maine region, which is probably one of the more unique aspects of USM in general, which I'll get into a little bit more as we get going, and over 400 host sites for clinicals and internships. And our average incoming GPA was about a 3.4. So when it comes to those 3 campuses, we're predominantly located in Portland, Maine. We have a beautiful campus that overlooks Back Cove, right in the center of downtown. About 20 minutes outside of our Portland campus, we also do have a campus in Gorham, Maine, which is kind of what is considered to be the more quintessential New England college campus. Currently, that's where all of our residence halls are housed. So students actually are going to be having experiences both in Gorham and in Portland. So Portland being very much your urban campus experience, and Gorham being a more rural kind of quintessential New England college campus. So you have 2 experiences, one university, and then we also have a regional campus up in Lewiston, Maine, for anyone who's in that particular area who it kind of meets that regional need. So just to kind of give you a breakdown, all of our campuses have academic departments that our majors are housed on. All of our campuses have student resources, libraries, learning commons, tutors, financial aid offices, academic advising offices, and athletic facilities. In the fall of 2023, we'll open our first residence hall on our Portland campus, offering upperclassmen an opportunity to live in downtown Portland at an affordable rate. So it's 3 campuses, 1 university, and endless opportunities, as I like to tell students. So when it comes to the academic experience at USM, We do have over 50 majors to explore. Totally can come in undeclared, totally can come in undecided and explore. Certainly not something that you are limited to. We do have a general education requirement. You'll do your major and your minor courses, and all of our majors will require some sort of internship or external experience that students are taking advantage of. In addition to any sort of undergraduate research that you can take advantage of, honors programs, study abroad, all of that is going to make your academic experience at USM. We are very much in the know that you cannot just go to class, sit in a classroom and decide what you want to do with the rest of your life and get a job when you graduate after 4 years. You have to experience what you want to do. You want connections, you want to build your resume. And that's something that you can do very easily at the University of Southern Maine, particularly in the Portland region. So when it comes to tuition and fees, we're very forward with what we can offer you and what things are going to cost. For an out-of-state student, for someone coming from New York State, we're looking at everything. Tuition fees, room and board is going to be totaling at about $36,000 a year. And we do have very generous merit-based scholarships that range upwards from $2,000 to $12,000 and are renewable for 4 years. We are approaching our early action deadline, which is December 1st. As a first-year student, you are welcome to use either a common application or the Maine state application. It is free to apply to us, and we were SAT and ACT optional prior to the pandemic, and we are SAT and ACT optional for all academic programs, including nursing. Really, what we need from you is a high school transcript and a completed application, and any college transcripts that applies to if you were dual enrolled. While that's all that is required within the application process, we do encourage applicants to also include an essay, a recommendation letter, and tell us what you've done. It's not necessarily students that we're looking for that have been involved in every club and organization, but we want to know who you are and what kind of community that we're shaping with the next class of students that we bring to the university. And so if you have jobs, volunteer experience, anything that might help us kind of figure out who you are. And we also do understand that the last year and a half has not been easy. Things have been canceled, and that should not leave you with any sort of anxiety about applying to college. So feel free to explain that to us in any part of the application, really. And lastly, but not least, very exciting, our coming for fall 2023 is our Portland Campus Development Project, which includes almost 600 new beds, upperclassmen housing, a brand new student center and dining hall, and a career hub for our students and for employers to come to campus and work with our students and really provide back to the overall job market in the state of Maine. So super exciting stuff. It's a great investment in our students and a great investment in our overall structure of campus. And we're super excited if you'd love to come and see us. We do offer tours Monday through Saturday, and we would love to see you in Maine. Thanks so much.
Alrighty, thank you so much. Next up, we have Northern Vermont University.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Let me just, of course, share my screen. And I'll get started. So my name is Sierra, Assistant Director of Admissions at Northern Vermont University. We want to welcome you to Be Known and Due North at NVU. In the heart of the Green Mountains of Vermont, surrounded by 6 ski resorts, we have 2 campus locations with unique programs and opportunities at each. Your intended major determines which campus you'd attend. We also offer online programs, but this is really up to you and who you are as a student and the way you choose to learn. Our Johnson campus sits on 350 acres with about 1,000 students at this campus location. As you can see, our student to faculty ratio is 15:1, and we believe that this is a great transition from high school to college. No lecture halls and personalized attention from your professors? Absolutely at NVU. Linden offers the same student to faculty ratio as well as the same number of students on campus, around 1,000. Both campuses offer on-campus housing in our residence halls, which you can always tour virtually on our website. We also offer apartment-style housing for our upperclassmen, our juniors and seniors. Finding something that interests you to participate in on campus is a breeze. This is just a small snapshot of the bustling on-campus student clubs and organizations at NVU. A few favorites of mine are Green Solutions, Outing Club, Basement Medicine, which is actually our school newspaper, Pride Alliance, and a lot more, as you can see. We really pride ourselves on securing students a paid internship or experience within your first 2 semesters and beyond. At larger universities, you may not have this opportunity until your junior or senior year, but we know it's absolutely imperative that you have an experience to know that you're truly on the right track. And as you can see, almost every student at NVU has an internship experience. These, as on your screen, you can see some of our nationally recognized programs, and some of our other majors in general include atmospheric science, broadcast journalism, exercise science, which is actually rated top 5% in the country, visual communication design, mountain resort management, fine woodworking and furniture design, psychology, sports management, and a ton more. So our alumni are all over the United States and beyond. So you can see on your screen just a few different places, and some of my favorite alumni are the director of operations at ESPN that came from our journalism and communications major. We also have the executive director at Umbrella, which is a women's center for domestic violence and child care equity. We also have the CEO of Universal Weather. So that is thanks to our atmospheric science program. And of course, many other areas, as you can see. We also have intercollegiate athletics. So from soccer to track and field, we have a variety for you to choose from. So we also participate in National Signing Day. That's a really fun and exciting day for students to commit to their selected institution. And if a student is interested, I can personally connect you with the coach of the athletic program that you're interested in, or you can go on to our athletic website and click on Recruit Me. At NVU, students can study abroad internationally as well as within the United States. Students often worry that a semester abroad could cost a lot or will cause them not to graduate on time. Here at NVU, you'll pay the same price as that semester's tuition, and you can align the classes you take to keep you on track for graduation. Why not take advantage of these opportunities to expand and broaden your horizon? Cost. So in-state tuition for one academic year totals $11,592, and out-of-state tuition for one academic year totals $25,680. On-campus housing is around $11,000, and we offer, I would say, substantial merit-based scholarships at the time of application. So of course, the better your GPA, the more scholarship dollars you receive. And of course, we also accept that free application for federal student aid, the FAFSA. Our application is on the Common App, and it is also offered separately through our website. My first and last name is a fee waiver if you'd like to save $50. And finally, here at NVU, we hope you decide to due north, and please feel free to reach out to me with my contact information here on the screen with any questions you might have. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Next up, we have St. Michael's College.
Right, hello. I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. Right. Hello, everyone. My name is Stella Santos. I use she, her pronouns, and I am an assistant director of admission here at St. Michael's College. So thank you all so much for joining me tonight, and I am excited to get to share a little bit about our college with you all tonight. So if you aren't familiar with where we are, I kind of like to start with that. And this is a nice aerial shot of our campus. So St. Michael's College is located in Colchester, Vermont. And for those of you who may not be very familiar with Vermont, we are about 10 minutes away from Burlington, which is the largest city in the state of Vermont. So students have wonderful access to the city and for things such as internship opportunities, recreationally, being able to swim in Lake Champlain, get Ben & Jerry's ice cream, hang out with people, shop on Church Street, see a show, but then also opens up this whole gate of internship opportunities and research, within, like I mentioned, 10 minutes of campus. But we do have this beautiful, picturesque campus nestled here. We are a Catholic liberal arts fully residential college. We have about 1,450 students, and we are about 82% out of state. So being residential traditions means a lot to us, and students being on our campus and contributing to the campus community is really what makes St. Michael's St. Mike's. We do have I apologize. I'm losing my train of thought here. We do have, with that residential aspect here, I mentioned a lot of traditions, a lot of things to do on campus, but then we also do have a variety of styles. So students will start in regular dormitories, and then they will transition up into townhomes and suites. I will move on to our programs of study here. We have about 40 different majors and a lot of different minors as well. With the liberal arts education, we are very open to say that no matter if you decide to study neuroscience or computer science, you are learning really key skills. So you are learning how to be an analytical thinker, how to write, how to work with people from all different backgrounds. And we like to say that we're preparing you for that, no matter if you do a double major, major and minor, or complete your degree in 3 years with one of our degree in 3 programs. So this is a really nice sampling, and a lot of our students come in into an exploratory option, which is just basically being undecided and then deciding on your major later on. We also do have a variety of pre-professional programs, including pre-law, pre-med, and pre-pharmacy as well. And every single major here does have an opportunity to go outside of the classroom. It is required. So knowing that you'll be beyond the 4 walls and really getting to apply your experience somewhere else is a really great benefit to our students. These are a sampling of our clubs and activities. Ones that I really like to point out here is MOVE, that is the mobilization of volunteer efforts. So over 70% of students participate in MOVE in one way or the other. So students are able to sign up on a calendar and walk dogs for our local animal shelter or travel internationally to help with service projects. Service is one of our main core pillars that we stand on, along with social justice, hospitality, education, and service. So students are really keen on making sure that they are becoming global citizens and getting outside of campus and really making a difference. Some other things I do like to mention are that you can really kind of do whatever, club and activity sounds fun to you. We have a Go Baby Go organization here where they do work with our makerspace to help make these toys really accessible for all different types of children, which is lovely. And we do have things like the Diversity Coalition and the Martin Luther King Society, which comes out of our Center for Multicultural Affairs and Services on our campus. Some of our signature programs are what I will go through next. One is the Center for the Environment. We actually have our own farm across the street on campus. So students are able to do research there. They're able to do things with class. But again, really making sure that our students are walking away as global citizens, but also as green global citizens as well. The Center for the Environment is wonderful. They are operating mostly all year round, and a lot of the produce will actually be bought back by our dining hall. So students are also eating really fresh produce, and there is an open air farm stand on our campus as well. It really wouldn't be a college in Vermont without having an adventure sports center. And they love these photos because they wanted to show people that, even during the pandemic, they were able to, mask up, get out there, be active. So whether you are a avid, skier, or you've done whitewater rafting, or you're brand new to it, they take all different levels and help, expose you to different opportunities you can do all around the state. And if you get really good at a certain program, and you're able to actually become a student leader and get paid to take your own classmates out to do these wonderful adventure sports. We have our own fire and rescue squad as well. So they operate 24/7, 365 days a year, and it is all volunteer. So students are able to go no matter what their major is and volunteer to get certified, and they serve 6 local communities in the Vermont area. So that is really great. They are a really nice family over there, and they are just super committed to the fire and rescue program. So we're lucky to have them. We are also Division II athletics. We have about 21 varsity sports, including some of these really great winter programs as well. So students that come here can definitely be recruited as athletes, but we also do have club and intramural sports as well. And just a little thing about our application, we have been test optional since 2009, and we do use the Common App. These are our deadline dates, and the only thing I will say is that if you apply before December 1st, you are able to be invited to a 4-credit free course called St. Mike's First Class, and take that by the end of your senior year. And with that, if they come to St. Mike's, that comes in for free, and you can also transfer it to another university. So feel free to go on our website to learn a little bit more, but that is it for me. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. All right, next up we have the University of Rhode Island.
All right, let me just share my screen. I'm just about all set. 1 second. Okay, I'm all set. Thank you, everyone. Welcome. My name is Ruby Jones. I'm a URI admission officer, and today I will provide a general overview of what URI has to offer, as well as try to answer questions that you may have for me. Some quick facts about the University of Rhode Island. URI is the flagship institution for the state of Rhode Island. We are considered a medium-sized university. We have just under 15,000 undergraduate students, approximately 3,300 first-year students, and a little over 2,000 graduate students. You'll find that URI is located in Kingston, Rhode Island. This is our main campus, the only campus that provides housing, and we're about 35 minutes south of the city of Providence, which is our capital. We offer more than 90 programs of study across 8 academic colleges. Some of the competitive colleges would be the College of Nursing, the College of Pharmacy, and the College of Engineering. We do also offer more than 100 minors, which you can add a minor to your major. We have a minor in leadership studies, digital forensics, as well as sustainability. Some new majors that we have offered to the academic colleges would be sports media and communications. We have neuroscience, music therapy. We do offer small classroom sizes. Our student to faculty ratio is a 16:1, with the majority of the classrooms having 30 or less students to a class. A wealth of opportunities available to you once you become a URI student. We have close to 7,000 students that have participated in experiential learning. This is where you're able to apply the knowledge of what you learned in the classroom through hands-on learning. You're doing some type of internship. Most students will do an internship in their junior or senior year. We offer study abroad opportunities. We also have a Summer Leadership Institute program for incoming first-year students like yourself. This is a 3-day program held during Labor Day weekend that you can take advantage of. The honors program is open to all students. However, in order to participate in our honors program, we're looking at students who have a 3.8 GPA, no SATs required, a 3.6 GPA in addition to a 1300 SAT score or ACT score of a 28. Again, no separate application. You can just fill out the Common App. And then our Rhode Spirit can be felt on and off campus, starting with a 2-day overnight orientation program that you will participate in the month of June. During orientation, you'll get your class schedule, your student ID. You'll learn about the resources and all of the support services available to you. And we're also a Division I school if you are looking to play any athletic sports. Moving on to the application process, we have 2 important deadlines for students to apply by. Our early action deadline is December 1st. I highly recommend that you get your application in by that time frame if you're looking to get into the competitive programs like nursing, engineering, pharmacy. For students who apply by December 1st, we're going to roll out decisions by the end of January, and our regular admission deadline is February 1st. And for those group of students, we'll release decisions by the end of March. URI is a member of Common App, so you're simply filling out the Common application, you're paying your $65 application fee, you're having your school counselor submit your official high school transcript. Within your application, you do want to provide us with a list of your senior courses, and you only need 1 letter of recommendation, with the exception that if you're applying to the College of Pharmacy, you'll need 2 letters of recommendation. Looking at the academic profile, the middle 50% of our first year students admitted this fall. The GPA ranged between a 3.3 and a 4.0. The ACT ranged between a 26 and a 31. And the SAT combined score, looking at reading and math, ranged between 1170 and a 1320. URI will be test optional. Test scores are not required. However, we'll look at everything within your application, the rigors of your courses, your extracurricular activities that you've been involved in, letters of recommendation, everything will be considered. Financial aid, over 70% of our students receive some type of financial aid. For out-of-state students, especially New York does not qualify for the New England Regional Tuition Discount Program. Every in-state and out-of-state student pays the same housing costs. So with tuition and housing, you're looking at an estimated cost of $46,622. What will help offset the cost of your out-of-state tuition is being awarded a merit scholarship. The average out-of-state merit award is about $9,000, but the highest is $15,000. This is a 4-year scholarship that you'll get every year. And to qualify for a merit scholarship, the minimum recalculated GPA that you'll need is a 3.2. Again, URI is test optional. So with financial aid, as a senior, you can start applying as early as October your senior year, or you want to make sure that you get the application in by March 1st. If you know you want to commit to URI, you have up until May 1st to make your enrollment and housing deposit. We have a wealth of events that you can get all your questions answered. We have the admissions office as well as the academic colleges providing information sessions. You can sign up for one of those. If you want to connect with one of our current URI students, you can sign up for Ask a Student Chat. And even after today, if you want to ask questions about admissions, connect with me, sign up for an individual counselor session. I will include in the chat box several links that you can explore our website. So again, thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks so much. All right. And that's going to conclude the first portion of our session. So I would like to invite all of the presenters back on screen so we can hear from them all one more time. Wonderful. Okay. Alrighty. So we're going to jump back to, I believe we have, let's see, Suffolk University first. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
So I'd say like one of the biggest pieces of advice I always like to tell students is to make sure not only if you're able to visit the campus so you can kind of get a feel in person of what it's like to be there, but to also try to talk to as many people within that community as possible. So not just admissions counselors or financial aid counselors, but current students, faculty, the people who work in the library, those working in the dining halls, like just as many different people who make up that community so that you can make sure that you feel like that's the type of community I want to be in. I feel like this is the right place for me. I think that's a really kind of important part of the process.
Thank you. Southern Maine?
Yeah, so I would say we're all here to help and serve you and your family. It's literally our job is to help you, walk you through this process. I've worked in higher ed for almost 10 years now, and I've worked with thousands of students, and it's okay. It's okay if you don't choose us, right? Like hopefully you're applying to multiple colleges. But we're really here to make sure that you end up in the best place possible. Please use this as a resource. Know who your recruitment officer is at each university that you apply to. I personally work with students who are from New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. So I'm going to be the one who's reading your application and then congratulating you on your admission, hopefully. So we want to get to know our students, and please feel free to use this as a resource. That's really why we're here.
Thank you. Northern Vermont?
I, of course, was going to say visit, but Brian beat me to that. But I would say other than that, of course, considering financial aid, taking that, looking at the bottom line, you're probably sending your FAFSA to 10 different institutions possibly, and just taking the time to really understand what it means, just coming from somebody who, took a few student loans out. Just understanding what it means to borrow the money that you're borrowing, taking a look at what different institutions are awarding you, because each college is going to be offering something a little bit different. And just, again, like looking at that bottom line, what scholarships were offered, and yeah, go out and visit.
Thank you. St. Michael's?
Yeah, my colleagues have really hit it spot on. And I guess if I could offer another piece of advice, I would say, looking at the college search process, I think one of the keywords is really search. And I would encourage you to look at a lot of schools and kind of think about, I say that everyone kind of has their own journey, and to kind of pick some schools that but also kind of see what's out there and see what, if you're looking for a, you're thinking, oh yeah, like, that maybe a medium-sized school is right for me, but look at, maybe larger schools or smaller schools, or just kind of play, like mix and match and kind of find what that right fit is. And I think that exploring those options, even if they don't help you figure out like, yes, I want this, it can help you figure out like, maybe this campus isn't right for me. And that helps your process along the way. So definitely along the visit line, but also, encouraging you to just really take a look at all your options, because there's so many universities and colleges out there.
Yeah. University of Rhode Island?
Yes, I would say, and again, all the colleagues have hit everything. In terms of academics, we already know how good of a student you are when we're reviewing your high school transcript. So I would say do list all your extracurricular activities. Tell us about you. Since URI is test optional, we'll be looking at your extracurricular activities. Is there something unique that stands out about you? Besides just being involved in athletic sport or a student club? I've had students where some students have created or founded some type of company, and they're sending money overseas. So we want to get to know you as a student. This is going to help us award you a merit scholarship, because test scores are not required. URI is test optional. So I would say list as much information as possible.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you all for your input there. I think we have time for one more question. So let's hear, what's one thing you want students to remember about your school, and we'll jump back to Suffolk.
I think it also kind of relates to what was kind of mentioned earlier, but I think one thing I want students to know is that we very much are a community, even though we're in the city of Boston, and it can kind of feel overwhelming because we are city, downtown Boston is our campus. It is very much of that very close-knit community where faculty want to see their students succeed. Everybody who works there want to see the students who are there succeed. We admissions want the students that come in, that we work with and kind of move to eventually become students. We want them to succeed at Suffolk. So it's really a community filled with people who wants to see everyone succeed, even though we are part of a greater Boston area where it can sometimes be kind of overwhelming. It is still very much that close-knit community.
Awesome. Thank you. Southern Maine.
Yeah, what I always like to end with is 3 campuses, 1 university, endless opportunities. You can have both an urban and rural experience within one university experience, which I think is pretty unique. There's no compromise. And if you love lobster rolls and whoopie pies, come on up. We'd love to have you.
Awesome. Northern Vermont.
I would say we're a smaller institution, and so just really emphasizing the opportunities that being smaller offers you. So I mentioned earlier, trying to find a student an opportunity your first 2 semesters and beyond. We think that's a pretty awesome thing to focus on, just because we don't want you to wait until your junior or senior year to get out in the field and get an internship opportunity. We want you to have that experience and be able to determine, okay, I did like that and I'll continue with that. Or maybe, oh my God, that was horrible. Never going to do that again. I'm going to switch it up. So just keeping in mind that we do offer plenty of opportunities for internships and experiences, even though we're small.
Thank you. St. Michael's.
Yeah, so one thing I'd want students to remember about St. Mike's is, one, and I'll have to reiterate what Brian said, is the community field that we have here with 1,450 students. It's really the people that make a lot of the experience, and not just the students, but also our faculty and staff. And the other thing is also, the layers of support that you get along the way. So part of our St. Michael's promise is a, promised career mentor, an alumni, support in that regard. And so knowing that you walk in, having people already behind your back and helping push you through that journey to make sure, you are doing the right things for, the career education office to make yourself, look really great for internships, for research, for potential job opportunities, knowing that, you have an academic advisor there right away, letting let's look at these opportunities. Let's, make you want to study abroad, or do you want to kind of get out and do something within Burlington? So I think that, having those different layers of support can really make the students' experience, and really makes a lot of the students' experience who go to St. Mike's. And so that is a couple things I'd want students to remember about our school.
Thank you. University of Rhode Island.
Yes, I would say URI provides a wide array of opportunities and small enough for you to find your place in our vibrant community. So the campus, the students truly enjoy it. All of the faculty, they make themselves accessible. And I can tell you, I'm a proud URI graduate. I have 2 degrees, and I stayed with URI mainly for my graduate program because of faculty. So all of the colleagues, they have hit on some important information. I would say the most important thing, you definitely want to get out and try to visit the campus, so that way you can get a feel of, is this campus or college the best fit for you as a student?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and I am going to bring things to a close for us this evening. So a big thank you to our presenters for your time and all the information you've pulled together and the fantastic answers to those questions. And thank you to the participants for being with us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick survey. We appreciate any feedback you can provide. We encourage you to check back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions. I believe there's one more. If there are any you missed or you wanted to rewatch this, there are recordings available at strivescan.com/CASDA-NY. And with that, we come to a close. So thank you so much. Bye-bye.